What is up, guys? My name is Derek Beaver, and in this video I'm sharing with you my 5 tips to keep you safe next time you solo travel. Now, the first tip is do not get drunk and do not get high while you're by yourself, especially when you're traveling overseas. It can be something that can create a very dangerous situation, and a lot of times this happens here in America too. People will see someone that's alone, that's vulnerable, whether it be because they are drunk or high, and they take advantage of a situation and bad things can lead from it. So that is one thing you should not do while you're traveling by yourself. Not only this, but this can help prevent other things from happening. Not everything that is bad from being drunk happens when people take advantage of you, but in other instances, it can actually be you getting lost or losing a cell phone, things that will put you in a situation you do not want to be in, especially in a foreign country. Tip number 2 is you need to be inside before it gets dark. The reason for this, especially when you're by yourself and solo traveling, is a lot of things happen at night, such as muggings and robberies. And this is something you can easily avoid by just being inside your hotel after dark. Now, obviously there are instances where you need to go out, and the great thing about being in a hostel environment is you can actually meet people there that'll go out with you, grab food, whatever you need to, especially when it gets winter time and it gets darker earlier. Now, this is a rule even for myself that I stand pretty true to. Now, I believe I could probably hold my own and handle any situation that were to come my way, but it's something that I try to avoid so I don't have to get into that situation. Now, tip number 3 is you need to research the country's scams before you go into that country. Every country has them, everywhere from America to Indonesia. They've all got specific scams that you need to look out for. A great example of this is Italy. Italy has an issue with pickpocketers, and so make sure you have things close to you, that things aren't just loose in your pocket. You have some sort of, front bag, whether it's a fanny pack or maybe like a purse, something that you can keep on you and is tight to your body. Not only this, but research will help prepare you on how to get through the country as well. Things like Mexico and other countries as well have very expensive taxi systems from the airport, and this isn't necessarily a scam, but it's something you can avoid by planning ahead and getting someone to drive you from point A to point B, and it will be a lot cheaper than booking directly through the airport. Now, tip number 4 is you need to get a SIM card once you land inside of this new country. Now, SIM cards should be relatively inexpensive. The most I ever spent on a SIM card while overseas was about $15, and that was for an entire month of unlimited data and unlimited calling and texting and all of that jazz. So again, if you're doing research beforehand, you can research and make sure that you can get SIM cards in the airport you're landing in, and that it is a cheap SIM card and they're not going to overcharge you. Having a SIM card can prevent so many bad situations from happening. If you get lost in your taxi, it's okay because you have Google Maps and you can show them where you need to go. And there's a lot of other times where maybe you'd be lost and you need to call a taxi with an online taxi app. Now, if you are really nervous about buying a SIM card overseas, you can also get an eSIM on a lot of different apps with iPhones and Androids. You just have to make sure that your phone is capable of using an eSIM, and normally those apps will tell you what phones do and do not work. While having an eSIM does give you the confidence that the moment you land in country you're going to have service, it does come with a price tag. It's going to cost you upwards of 3 times the amount of a normal SIM in country for the same amount of data and for the same amount of time. Now, if you really don't want a SIM, something you have to do no matter what is get Maps.me in the App Store. I would download it while you're still at home before you even land in country, and you download the map of the area you're going to be in, and it will be offline, so that way no matter where you are, if you have service or not, you can pull up that map and get from point A to point B. Tip number 5, and this kind of comes with researching before you land in country, but make sure that you download a taxi app that is used throughout the country. And the reason why is because it comes with a lot of bonuses. Bonus 1 is you can share your location and your trip with people back home or people that you're traveling with if you're in that taxi by yourself. And the reason why this is important, because 1, it gives you the peace of mind, and 2, it helps people back home or people that you're with to know where your last location was if something were to happen. Now, one thing I would recommend when using these taxi apps is put in your debit or credit card and make sure to pay beforehand. Because sometimes in these other countries, especially if you're from America, United Kingdom, or Australia, they'll try to overcharge you for a taxi ride if you're paying with cash. But if you're paying with card, You just pay it. If they try to charge you more, you say no, and you get out and you don't look back. There's nothing they can do about it because you've already paid and they do have confirmation of that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If any of these tips helped you in any way, shape, or form, make sure to leave a like and a comment down below and subscribe while you're at it. Now, if you want more information about solo traveling, I'm releasing a video next week that is talking all about the best countries to visit if you're a solo traveler, especially if you're doing it for the very first time. Alright guys, that's all from me, and I'll see you next video. Peace.